Confidence is the key to success, especially when it comes to your career. So I'm gonna be walking you through 8 ways you can boost your confidence today. Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Brittany Hayles and this is Hayles Consulting. I am the founder of Hayles Consulting, which is a business dedicated to helping people gain confidence in their careers. My entire business is dedicated to helping people gain confidence, so I thought it was only right for me to make a video that's dedicated to helping you gain confidence. I think everyone's figured out at this point that confidence pretty much determines your success in your career. A lot of opportunities are going to be granted to you just based solely on confidence. Now, since my business is totally dedicated to helping people gain confidence in their career, I thought it was only right for me to come on my YouTube channel and create a video based entirely around boosting and building your confidence. I get questions all the time about confidence, all the time. In almost every one of my career consultations or just talking to people on everyday conversations, they ask me about confidence. How do they build it? How do they gain it? How can they become more confident? Whatever it is, there's a lot of questions around confidence because we all know that success is oftentimes correlated with how confident we are in a situation or how confident we are in ourselves. And the main thing is that if you don't focus on confidence building as being something that you have to work towards on a daily or a weekly or a yearly basis, you're going to be really disappointed in the process and maybe even give up entirely. I also get the question a lot on how I became so confident. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I wasn't always confident. I was actually incredibly not confident. So much to the point that I would cross the street when somebody else was on the road with me just to avoid making eye contact with them or having to create like brief conversations or even having to be in someone else's vicinity was like nerve-wracking to me. That is how shy and unsure of myself that I was. I've been working at this, what you see here on YouTube, for years. When I say years, I mean years. I've been actively working towards this moment for about 5-6 years now. So if I went from crossing the street to avoid making eye contact with people to now being on this platform sharing my story and my message and my tips and my tricks with millions of people and applying to a company that has literally close to a 0% acceptance rate and getting a job there, you can do it too. I promise you. It's not easy and it's not instant, but it can happen. So in this video, I'm gonna be walking you through 8 actionable ways that you can boost your confidence. Before we even get started here, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. Also, do not forget to turn on the notification bell so that you can be notified every single time I post a new video. Also, follow Hayles Consulting on Instagram for more career, interview, and resume tips. Let's get started. So the first and very most important thing that you need to do to boost your confidence is to understand your strengths. You can't actively work towards being more confident if you don't understand why you should be confident. So when you understand what you bring to the table and what your strengths are, nobody can tell you about yourself because you know deep down inside that you're amazing. So what I want you to do is think of 3 things that you're really great at. Like, what can you do really well? Are you a great public speaker? Are you a great designer? Are you a great dancer? Are you a great singer? Like, comedian? Whatever it is, just think of 3 things that you are excellent at. Like, nobody can tell you about it. And when you list those 3 things down, actively play yourself towards them. Look for opportunities to flex those skills and those strengths. Look for opportunities, especially to do them in public. As uncomfortable as it may seem, and as awkward as it may make you feel, or shy as it may make you feel, it's going to boost your confidence every single time you do something that you're really good at in public, and people are like, oh my God, you're amazing. Because you're gradually gonna realize that, wait, you are really good at this. So look for those opportunities to flex those skills and those strengths in public because it's only gonna make you better. So the second thing you wanna do to boost your confidence is to start saying no. when you're becoming confident, that you really have to learn how to say no. Because what you're essentially doing is saying no to things that don't serve you, saying no to things that stress you out, or saying no to things that are ruffling your emotional or physical state of well-being. Because as I said, when you're confident, you have this really strong foundation and this really strong sense of self. And anything that comes around and is trying to shake it up, you're like, calm down, keep that over there. So you have to learn how to say no to those things. Again, those things are things that don't serve you, things that stress you out, things that are not a part of your plan. Say no to them and say no confidently. And if you feel like, oh my God, I don't know if this person is going to be okay with this, just bring facts to the table of why you're saying no. Because in order for you to boost your confidence, whether it's at work, in a relationship, or in a friendship, you have to understand that you're actively working towards being the best version of yourself and the strongest version of yourself. So if you don't learn to say no to things that are shaking that up or trying to destroy that best version of you, then it's going to be really hard for you to boost your confidence because something is chipping away at it. So make sure you learn how to say no. And if it scares you to do it, then just keep bringing facts to the table until you learn how to just say no. No questions, no because, just straight up no. Now, the third thing I need you to do to boost your confidence is to make eye contact. Now, of course, in the beginning of this video, I told you the whole story about how I used to cross the street in order to avoid making eye contact with people. Oh my God, I can't believe I used to do that, but I did. I really did. And what's so incredible about confidence is a huge part of it is body language, how you sit, how you look at people. Do you talk like with the ums and the oohs and the ahs, or just get straight to the point? And body language, a huge part of that is eye contact. So I want you to start actively making eye contact with people. I know it's awkward, I know it's uncomfortable, but it's major. How would you like if this entire video I was doing this? So guys, today we're gonna talk about confidence. Like, you're gonna be like, girl, why are you looking over there? Or you're gonna feel like, you're not gonna believe what I'm telling you, or you're gonna think that I don't even believe what I'm talking about, because I'm not even looking at you. It doesn't make any sense. So I know that it's really awkward and uncomfortable, but you have to do it, because body language is such a huge part of confidence, especially when you're pitching something, or you're selling something, or you're trying to get somebody to, you're trying to persuade somebody of something. Like, you want to make eye contact with them. And of course, staring at somebody dead in the eyes is like a little excessive for 5 minutes. So, you can look through them every once in a while, look at their forehead, look at their chin, look at their side profile. But the main thing is that you want to stay in this vicinity of keeping that direct eye contact conversation. As I said before, I know it's awkward, I know it's uncomfortable, but it's major. So that's my biggest homework for you after this video, is to just, every time you feel like your eyes are drifting away, just bring your center of attention right back to that person and look at them in the eye. So the fourth thing you want to do to boost your confidence is to stop comparing yourself to other people. I know that phrase gets thrown around all the time, but there's a reason for it. It's because it's so important to confidence building. Again, when you're confident, you're very secure in yourself, you, which means that you cannot be secure in yourself if you're so busy securing your focus on other people. It doesn't work. Like, the equation doesn't add up to it. It's not adding up. So you have to focus on those strengths that you listed out in the beginning of this video and understand that, yes, that person is amazing, but so are you. And if you spend so much time actively focusing on comparing yourself to other people, you're actually not comparing yourself. What you're doing is just focusing on them. And again, this video is about boosting your confidence, not theirs. So if you want to boost your confidence, you have to really just begin focusing on you. Stop comparing yourself to them. And I'm not going to go into this whole soliloquy about how amazing you are and like, oh my God, don't focus on them, you're so amazing. Like, you're going to figure that out over time. if you just keep focusing on yourself. Because as I said, confidence is about security in yourself. And you cannot become secure in yourself if you're so secure in other people's business. So focus on you. I see this happen a lot in workspaces and entrepreneurial spaces because you're in a space with a bunch of other people doing the same exact thing as you, the same job or the same business venture. And it's like, that's awesome. It's amazing. Like, there's enough room under the sun for everyone to thrive. Look at their business, be inspired by their business, and you come back right to yours. Because how are you as a salesperson going to be a better salesperson if you're so focused on the metrics of another person? And how is your business going to continue to grow if you're so focused on the business of another person? Focus on you. And I know it's a cliche phrase, but it's the truth. So your homework for this is to make sure that you keep saying, when you get to the point in your head, when you want to start comparing yourself to other people, just come back to your center and say, that person is amazing. Yes, they're doing amazing things. Their business is amazing. They're killing their metrics, but so am I. I'm amazing, and I'm amazing because of the 3 strengths that I listed out earlier in the video. Just focus on that. Boosting your confidence is something that you have to actively keep doing. So when you find yourself comparing yourself to other people, just bring it back to center and say, they are amazing, but so am I. The 5th thing that you should do to boost your confidence is to not be afraid to fail and actually embrace failure. Confidence is about having security in your strengths and your abilities. So when you fail, you are so confident in your strengths and your abilities that you know that those strengths are going to bring you success at some point. So although this business venture or this project or this specific time and period of time you've failed, whatever that means to you, you have to just bring it back to yourself and say, okay, even though I failed this time, I have XYZ strengths that are going to allow me to gain success at some point. And I'm going to use this as a learning opportunity, combine it with my strengths, roll them all up and throw them, and let's start again. That is what confidence is about. It's the idea of embracing failure and understanding that it's going to happen, but because you're so amazing at what you do, or you're such an expert at what you do, that at some point, those 3 things or your abilities or your strengths are going to bring you success. Confidence is not about being a know-it-all and thinking you got it in the bag all the time. Like, it's not really about that. It's about knowing that you're amazing and what you bring to the table is at some point going to bring you greatness. And it's not going to be immediate, and it's not going to be tomorrow or the week after or whatever it may be, but it's going to be at some point. So in order to boost your confidence, embrace that failure and understand that it's going to happen. And when it happens, say, well, that sucked. But there's something great around the corner because you're going to keep actively working towards that success. So the next time you fail or make a mistake or something just goes completely wrong that you didn't plan for at all, remember 3 things. First thing is that mistakes are going to happen. I want you to do 3 things to actively boost your confidence. First, remember that it's not the end of the world. Second, mistakes happen all the time, and a lot of mistakes lead to successes. And the 3rd thing is to remember your strengths, because at the end of the day, yes, this was a oopsies or this was a failure, but those strengths that you have are going to lead you to success at some point. So keep actively working towards them and keep actively remembering why you're great. So the 6th thing that you want to do to boost your confidence is to start sitting up straight and to walk with your head up. Body language is a huge part of confidence. And in addition to eye contact, there's also sitting up straight and walking with your head held high. When you sit up straight, you're automatically just commanding attention because posture is a really big part of confidence. It's letting people know that you're serious and you did not come to play. And when you walk with your head held high, it just automatically lets an individual know that you're very sure of yourself. And as I said before, when you're actively trying to boost your confidence, you want to make sure that you're doing everything in your power to exude that same confidence in your body language. So start actively looking for moments when you're slouching or you're sitting back like this. Just snap out of it and sit up straight. Sit up straight. If you gotta take a dance class, take a dance class. I don't care. Do something. If you have to buy a chair to help with your posture, a pillow, whatever it may be, get into the habit of sitting up straight. And when you're out in the world, walking down the street, walk with your head held high. If you have to keep actively telling yourself, walk with your head up, walk with your head up, walk with your head up, do that. That's what I had to do to get to this point that I'm at right now. I had to literally talk to myself in my head as I walk down the street to keep my head up. But it works now to the point where I don't have to tell myself that anymore. So actively keep telling yourself to do these things. Again, when you feel yourself slouching, sit up. When you feel yourself, your head, and you're walking down the street and you're not keeping your head up, snap out of it and put your head up. Because again, you cannot command attention, you cannot command presence, and you cannot command the room if you do not ask for it. And the way in which you ask for that presence and that attention is just in your posture. Boom, immediately, I'm commanding your attention. Be sure of yourself. Know your greatness, know your strengths, and exude them as you walk through the world. So the seventh thing that you want to do to boost confidence is to stop belittling other people. When you're confident and you're actively working towards being more confident, you don't have time to judge other people, to belittle other people, and to make other people feel insecure. Because as I said before, confidence is about being secure in yourself. So how can you actively work towards being secure in yourself if you're trying to eliminate and belittle and make other people feel insecure? It doesn't go hand in hand. So when you're on your road to confidence and working towards being and boosting your confidence, you want to work on also trying not to belittle other people. When you think someone's doing something that's negative, use it as a teaching moment. You are on your path to enlightenment and self-assurance. Use those learning opportunities to help that person on their path. If you feel like they're doing something that's wrong, help them. Use it as a teaching moment. Do not place insecurities on them, because that is not going to help you on your path to security. You're aware of your strengths and you're aware of your greatness, and you're actively trying to become aware of your strengths and your greatness and what you bring to the table. And probably why you're judging that person or belittling that person is because maybe you either see a part of them that you wish you had in yourself, or you see a part of them that you're like, I would never want to be that. But instead of judging them or trying to belittle them or make them feel smaller, use it as an opportunity to teach. When you're trying to boost your confidence, what you're basically trying to say is that you're trying to become more secure in yourself. And when you're trying to become more secure in yourself, you can't do that and create insecurity for other people. And that is what judging other people does. That's what belittling other people does, and that's what throwing people under the bus does. It creates insecurities for them. So instead of when you feel like somebody's acting negatively or doing something that you don't necessarily like, instead of judging them or belittling them, use it as a teaching moment. Let them know, like, hey, I saw you did this. I don't really like that. That was not you. Here's what I would suggest that you do, or you can just keep it to yourself. That works too. Because again, a confident person is a teacher, is a leader, is somebody that's very secure in themselves. And you cannot be secure and a leader and a teacher if you are not teaching other people or you're making people feel insecure. It doesn't go hand in hand. So your homework moving forward is, instead of judging and criticizing and belittling other people, teach them. Use it as a teaching opportunity. Or if you don't have anything nice to say, sometimes it's better to just keep it to yourself and just learn how to actively do that, because over time, you're gonna learn that you don't need to pick battles with every single person, and you also don't have to say every single thing that's on your mind out loud in person. So just keep it to yourself sometimes. Now, the eighth and final thing that you wanna do to boost your confidence is to do something crazy. And when I say crazy, I don't mean anything harmful or that's gonna harm other people or anything that's gonna, just destroy things. And I know this sounds really cliche and people say it all the time that like growth doesn't come from your comfort zone. but it's true. And oftentimes things that are cliche or said all the time are because they are true. When you do something crazy or out of the norm or something that you wouldn't typically do because you don't want to take that risk, it allows you to grow as a person. And in order for you to become more confident and secure in yourself, you need to push yourself sometimes out of that comfort zone. Growth does not come from comfort. It comes from discomfort. It comes from making yourself feel like, wow, I cannot believe I just did that. So much to the point where you're like, I can do anything. And that I can do anything attitude is essentially confidence. And that can only happen if you do something you've never done before. So do something crazy. I was having a conversation with my coworker the other day, and I came up with this concept of a oh bleep moment. It's basically this idea that if you don't say oh bleep before doing your crazy thing, it's not crazy enough. It's not gonna help you grow, and it's not gonna push you out of your comfort zone. So I use this example of, say that you're gonna bike down a hill, and you bike down the same hill over and over and over and over again. And there's this one hill that's a lot higher than the hill that you're typically used to, but you know that you can probably do it because of the fact that you've been going down the same hill over and over all the time. So you go to the top of that hill, you get on your bike, and you go all the way down, and your heart is racing, and you're so scared in the beginning, and on the bike, you're going down the hill, and you're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And you get to the bottom, and you look up, and you look down, and you see that you're still alive, and you're like, oh my gosh, I did it. That is your oh bleep moment. It's that moment of realizing that what was so scary before actually helped you realize an entirely new strength. And that new strength is a new caliber and a new bar that you've set for yourself. You just went to the highest hill that you could have possibly went to, and you conquered it. You finished it. And now you're able to look back at that hill and be like, I just did that? Whoa, that means that I can do a lot of things, maybe even anything. And that is a oh bleep moment. It's a confidence booster. It's another thing for you to add to the table. That is your homework. Your homework is to look for that hard hill, or look for that oh bleep moment, or look for something that's going to completely push you out of your comfort zone. Because as I said, once you conquer that hill and you look back and you're like, whoa, did I just do that? That's one thing to add to your list of strengths. It's another thing to add to your list of strengths. And it's another way for you to realize that you're not a beginner, you're not an intermediate, you're not advanced, you're not hard, you're now an expert. Like, you're ready to go. You're ready to take things to the next level. And that's how you boost your confidence. You don't boost your confidence in these areas, in the beginner and the intermediate area, because you've been doing that. Same thing over and over and over again. You boost it over here. Those moments when you can look back and say, wow, I cannot believe I just did that. So as we wrap things up here, please do not forget that confidence is not built overnight. And you have to set that expectation with yourself, or else you're going to get frustrated and you're going to give up. It took me 5-6 years to get where I am right now. 5-6 years. 5-6 years. Let that sink in. It's a real thing. That I'm so happy where I am, and I feel so much better, and I'm doing things on a daily basis that I cannot believe. And it's real. It happens. So just remember, it is not instant. It's not happening tomorrow. It's not happening maybe even the next week. It's gonna take a while, but it's gonna feel so great when you get there. So keep actively working towards it. And I always tell my clients that everything you're working towards is going to be challenged. So as you work towards boosting your confidence and using these skills in the ways that I talked about in this video today, you're gonna realize that your confidence is going to be challenged. So on your journey, as you're actively working towards building your confidence, and somebody or something is stressing you out or making you unsupported, unsupported, say no. And when you're in a room and somebody walks in, or a group of people walk in, and they're just exuding so much confidence, it's making you feel like you just want to roll up in a ball and you don't feel as confident because you're a little bit intimidated by them, remember that yes, they're amazing, but so are you. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Because as I said, it doesn't happen overnight and it's gonna get challenged. So keep actively saying no to things that don't serve you, because that's what confident people do. And keep actively telling yourself that yes, those people are amazing, but so am I. My entire business is focused around helping people gain confidence and clarity in their career through coaching, resume reviews, and interview preparation. So if you'd like to book one-on-one time with me, please go ahead and email me at info@haylesconsulting.com, or down in the description box below, you can learn more about how to find me on LinkedIn or go to my website. There's so many ways to get in contact with me, so learn more down in the description bar below. Thank you all so much again for watching. I honestly love making these videos. It makes me feel like I have a purpose and I'm helping people. So comment down below, what are ways that you boost confidence? What are ways that you can suggest that other people boost confidence? Do not forget to subscribe, like this video, turn on that notification bell so that you can know every single time I post a new video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.